Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is all about helmets. I'm going to be talking about my old helmet, my new helmet, why I had to get a new helmet, and what I was looking for when buying a new helmet. So strap in and let's go. Before I forget, I always try and include this in videos and most of the times I forget. Please like, comment, subscribe. Everything counts when it comes to YouTube algorithms. And if you guys can just leave a comment or a thought, anything you might have to deal with the video, it really helps me. It helps me determine future topics or maybe things that I forgot to cover in past videos that you want to see more of. It all helps. Share this with your friends, whatever it may be. So I just want to get that out there really quick. But now let's get into the video. So this is Old Faithful. This is the RaceQuip helmet that I've been running for the last 3 years, just about 3 years. I bought this in April of 2018, so going on 3 years next month. This thing's been really good to me. It's protected me through good times and bad, I guess you want to say. This is capable with your Hans posts if you run a Hans device like I do, so that's really great. It's an entry-level helmet, very affordable. I think I paid about $210 for this in 2018. As you can see, I have several mounting points for the GoPro when I go on track or I compete in go-karting events. This helmet was approved for 24 hours of lemons. I did 2 of those, which was really great. As you can see, there's some tech stickers from Autocross. So overall, I have to say, for the money, this was a great entry-level helmet. You'll see a lot of these when you go to the track or to Autocross or what have you, and it's, for what it is, it does the trick. This is, you'll see, this is a SA2015 model helmet, and for those of you who are maybe new to the helmet world, 2015 indicates the year span that it's good for, and that span is good for 10 years. So I'll get to this in a moment, but my new helmet is a SA2020, so that would be good until 2030. This being a 2015 is good until 2025. So you might be asking yourself, if this is a 2015 model and it's good until 2025, it's only 2021, so Austin, why did you get a new helmet? The reason being a couple things. There's a couple reasons, really. The first reason is weight. Given that this is a entry-level helmet, by no means is RaceQuip out here trying to make a super lightweight helmet with this. This is really just a basic helmet for starters, and that's been really great, and I have no complaints about that. But when it came time to buy a new helmet, I did want to save a little bit of weight. It's a little bit easier on your neck when you're driving for long periods of time, especially doing endurance stuff like lemons. Just a pound, honestly, makes a huge difference. So that's one reason. Now, the second reason is the accidents that have occurred with this helmet. So a lot of people will tell you that helmets can take multiple hits. A lot of people will tell you that they should really only take one hit. It's a difference of opinions, but when it comes to safety and your brain, you really only get one. So my philosophy or my thought process has always been, if it's been in an accident, that's it, you're done. It's been fun, but get yourself a new helmet. So if you are new to the channel and you don't know about my accident that happened in September, I crashed a friend of mine's R32 Skyline GTR. It was a really tough day, and thankfully I was wearing a helmet, so that protected me, but I really shouldn't be using this helmet after that accident. It was only about a 40-mile-an-hour crash, and it was head-on, so the Hans device took most of the deceleration, and I didn't have any really problems with whiplash or anything. This didn't directly hit anything, but I will confess that after the accident, I did give the helmet a nice toss onto the ground in frustration, so I'll admit to that. And secondly, this was also involved in another accident. I let a friend of mine borrow this helmet for an SCCA rallycross event, and he was the passenger at the time, but a friend of his was driving a Subaru and caught an edge. They were basically doing a snowdrift rallycross event, and the car rolled. So this was involved with 2 fairly serious accidents, one involving airbags with my buddy, and one not involving airbags in the case of my accident. But either way, it's been a good ride. I've had this for about 3 years, and for a little over $200, I'd say it's gotten a pretty good fair share of use. I will mention RaceQuip offers multiple shields at pretty affordable prices. I think they're only like 30 or 40 bucks. I did get, this came with a clear lens. I did get a mirrored darker lens for really sunny days. And then the amber is really nice if you're doing indoor events, like the karting events that I do, or nighttime stuff with the Lemons racing, where you're getting a lot of glare from headlights. Other drivers coming up behind you and filling your mirror with light, and the glare can be overwhelming. So the amber has helped deal with that. But other than that, yeah, I mean, this thing has been good to me. And I have to say, once again, for a value starter helmet, this thing is a really, really good bargain, and I'm not really sure you can beat it. I don't know if they have an equivalent model for 2020, but I'm sure they will have something. RaceQuip is a pretty well-known company for their affordability, and honestly, quality too. I run their gloves and their shoes, and for what it is, it's pretty good stuff. So overall, no complaints about this guy. Been really good to me, and honestly, if you're in the market for a new helmet, this is still good for another 4 years. So I wouldn't even really shy away from going and spending, if you could find one for 200 bucks, grabbing one of these, and you're good for 4 years. So yeah, that's the old helmet. Let's get into the new helmet. All right, so here we go. Let's get into the new one. This is the G-Force Rift, and I went with the carbon model, which is a little bit more expensive than the standard model. Oops, we got some stickers. All right, so out of the box, you'll see that it comes in a little helmet sleeve type of bag with a little cinch, which is nice to protect it if you don't have a helmet bag. Wow, look at this thing. This thing's a beauty. So I hope the camera can pick this up. Maybe I'll do a couple different B-roll shots. But yeah, you can immediately tell with these side by side that you're saving a lot of weight between the two. I'm going to put that up on the screen when I go to edit the video. But this is significantly lighter than the RaceQuip. And it should be, because it's about double the price. This is, I think retail is about $430 for this model. I bought it through Winding Road Racing. They're very well known. So once again, this is a SA2020 model. It'll be good until 2030 if I so choose to use it until then. I'm not going to lie, I am kind of a white helmet guy. I've always been infatuated by the Stig and Top Gear. But going with the carbon, with this G-Force Rift model, you're definitely going to save that weight. So that was kind of the trade-off, white versus the black with carbon. Try and get this on camera, maybe shoot some different angles, but there's a nice black stripe all the way through the center of the helmet. And this one comes with a clear visor as standard, and then they have their decal on there. I'll take that off before I drive, obviously. But yeah, I mean, again, the weight was the big deciding factor for me when it came to buying a new helmet. One thing that I immediately noticed that I really like about this helmet is the way the visor operates. It has basically different set angles, and there's kind of notches. So it sets, actually you can see right here the notches. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 different positions from closed to all the way open that the visor will sit and stay in that position. Whereas the RaceQuip, and I know this because I removed the visor to add different ones multiple times, it kind of just stays where it wants, and you can see it kind of droops a little bit, which is pretty annoying. And when you're driving for a long period of time, a lot of times I'll have the visor open and then wear sunglasses if I'm driving during the day. It's annoying when you have to adjust that if it doesn't stay. It's basically full open or full closed on the RaceQuip. And I know that maybe a lot of people are going to say, oh, you got to tighten these down more. They specifically say don't over tighten. And then the other thing is that if you're like me and you rotate through visors, it just loosens it up more and more the more you do it. So therefore, it's going to make it so that it doesn't really stay in the desired position. This one really has true notches, so you can go from all the way open. There's the second. There's the third, kind of in the middle level. There's the fourth. And there's the fifth is just closed. So that's really great, and I can tell that that'll be really useful when you're on track. Maybe you just want, like, you know, the first level where it's just a little bit of vent, or maybe you want it open more, or you want it fully open if you're going to wear sunglasses like I usually do. Either way, it's really great. One thing that I will say that I don't love about this helmet, and I haven't even used it yet, is that it has this gloss finish, and given that it's black, I can already see my fingerprints all over it, which is a little bit frustrating. That's just me kind of having OCD with the black helmet, but you know, if I keep it in this bag or I keep this nearby, basically you just give it a little bit of a wipe and there you go, it's gone. So not a huge deal breaker by any means, but definitely one of those things. You know, hey, look at this thing. It's got you know, scuffs and marks and bumps and you know, chips, and it's going to happen with this helmet. That's just, you know, that's just the nature of motorsport. But I did definitely notice that right away as soon as I got this thing out of the bag. I was like, fingerprint city. So yeah, this is my new helmet moving forward. I'm going to be able to mount my Hans posts here so I can still run the Hans device. That's really great. That was a huge deciding factor for me when I was in the market for a new helmet. The other deciding factor, and I think it's going to be a factor for everyone, was price. This is a pretty nice middle-of-the-range model in terms of price. Sitting at about $420. So I will say that I was planning on getting a Bell helmet originally. I was planning on getting one of their middle-of-the-road helmets. It was about $500, so I did save a little bit of money going with G-Force. But the reason I didn't go with the Bell, I actually had one ordered. They were going to be back ordered until end of May, and given that I'm going to racing school at Skip Barber at the end of April, I didn't want to not have the new helmet for that. So I ended up going with the G-Force. I'm not mad about it at all. I really do like the look of this helmet, and I'm happy that I, you know, went with this one. So, you know, everything happens for a reason, whatever you want to say. But, you know, saved a couple bucks too, so that's always great. So yeah, so I don't know. I don't really have many other thoughts about the helmet for now. Once again, I haven't really used it, so I can't say, you know, how it was or anything like that. But pretty much, you know, it's got the wide field of view, which is really great. I'll still be able to wear sunglasses. I've mentioned that before. But yeah, so yeah, the G-Force Rift Carbon model. This is the 2020 model, and we will, I don't know, keep you updated in future videos. If you have any questions about this helmet or the RaceQuip, you know, let me know in the comments below. I mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but I'll say it again. Like, comment, subscribe, everything helps. Well, that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.